tell me the code, I'll type it here. So
Name of the array.
yeah, we just want to write a program to take 5 values from user and display them on the screen. So I just declared an array. Then this program is to accept 5 values and display them.
Take another value, another variable.
Variable. Okay. You want to accept 5 values from user and then display it in. Okay. Let me put a message. Enter 5 values. Okay. Then what should we write? The next part of the code.
And
Just scanf.
standard person D and array and array.
Array of 5.
Array of 5. But how many times you're scanning here? Scan will run for how many times?
5 times.
So it should run for 5 times. Is it running for 5 times now?
No, ma'am. First for loop we have to write and then
Yeah.
mm,
So we have to scan the values from which index till which index.
from I equal to 0 to I less than or I less than 5.
Yeah. Once you scan this, can you print it back again? Display it on the screen. Same 5 values.
Sorry, ma'am.
Can you display it on the screen? All the 5 values after scan is finished. Just you have to change with printf and remove here. Any confusion till here? See, arrays is the simplest topic. We'll do today some 5 to 10 programs complete. So when you think there's no gap here, should have given some gap space or something. Fine, because of the online comparison, it will face sometimes we are having problem with it. Let me just do it in this way. Okay, is this clear? Now same program continuation, can you put it in the reverse order? See, I'm writing the whole code, whatever we did yesterday in the same program. I don't want to write different programs. Print in reverse order. Now instead of scanning, if I want to take direct values, we have to use curly braces, and inside curly braces you can keep 5 values. Any 5 values you can keep. Okay. So I don't want, as of now, I want to skip this concept of scanning the values so that every time when I'm executing, I have to enter the values. So I just don't want to scan it now. I just want to take the inbuilt values. Now, how to print it in the reverse order?
For I equal to 4, I greater than or equal to 0, I minus minus.
Okay. Now, can you find the search for a number, given number, whatever is the number, it may be scanned from the user. I'm just giving some number. Is it present in this list or not? I have to search it. If it is present, we have to check. We have to say in which index it is found. So how to search for N30 presence in array.
If AR of I equal to
Directly, am I only searching with one, comparing with one number and saying is it found or not? Or we have to do with all? We have to search in all locations.
For all,
All, no? So from which location to which location we have to search?
from I equal to 0 to I equal to 4.
Yes, we have to search in all these indexes starting from 0 to less than 5, I plus plus. And how should I search?
If if array of I is equal to 30, printf number is found.
Okay, can I use
Okay, break, sorry. Use it.
like we did know in prime number program also we did the same thing. If it's divisible, we broke it.
Mm.
Now after the loop, take a decision. How will we say it's found or not
If
found? If means the loop will break in the middle if it's found. If it's not found, it will break at which point?
10,
At
at 4,
if it's
sorry,
found
5.
5. No, if it's not found, I will increase and go out of the array. That time it will break. When I reaches to 5, 5 is not less than 5, so it will break. If it is found, if the number is found in any of the indexes starting from 0 to 4, it will break the loop immediately. Means if the loop has broken in the middle of the array, somewhere in the array only, that means it's found. So how should I decide whether the loop has broken somewhere in the array or outside the array?
Outside the array.
So how should we write the condition? Which variable is controlling can tell you that it's broken in the middle or outside the array. This is the loop, no? Loop is running for how many times?
5 times.
5 times. It is searching in which indexes?
I,
I.
5
Which?
times. 5 and
0 to 4.
4.
0 to 4. It will search in all the location. 0th index it will search. Is it 30 or not? 1 index it will search. Is it 30 or not? At this index it has searched. It has found. The loop has broken at which index now? When it is comparing with
Third
all
index.
0, this is
Second
0,
index.
1, 2, index 2. So loop broke at that point. Loop means is controlled through which variable?
I,
I. So if the loop has broken in the second index, that means what is the I value? Is it less than 5 or more or equal to 5? That means if the loop breaks somewhere, if the searching number is 50 or 70, when will the loop break?
Less
Fourth.
than 5.
Less than means it will break at fourth index. If I'm searching for 10, the loop will break at 0. If I'm searching for 20, loop will break at 1. So loop may break at any of these indexes if it's found. If I'm searching for 90, I searched here, it's not found. Then also loop will break. When will the loop break? At which ith value? I 5.
5.
So if I broke at 5 and the loop has broken if I value is 5, what does it indicate?
Number not found.
Yes. So if I is equal to 5, I can simply say number not found. Else, what we can say means it has broken somewhere before 5 only, means 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So what does it indicate if it's broken before 5 only?
Number found.
Number found percent D.
If you want to even show the number also, you can say percentile. Okay. Number is here of I, index is I. Clear?
Okay, ma'am.
We got this.
Yes,
Here
ma'am.
also you can give slash and see wherever we want new lines. So every time if I want sentence to be in the next line, we can write array 7 is found. And if I'm writing here 90, we'll get a message. Right? You can take anything and search for it. Okay? Clear? Okay. Now, the one more program what I said yesterday was min of an array. No, we were discussing about the smallest number. How to find out the smallest number in an array. See, this concept is like we will use a lot of locations. Like when you nowadays when you try to log in some accounts and all, they will give some small test, small kind of a test. Enter the smallest number in the given three numbers. They'll give you three numbers for verification. Are you a human or not? They'll give small calculations. 1 plus 1 is how much. So this concept can be used in many locations. Sometimes we want the highest scorer. A lot of people wrote exams. Everybody's score is in the system. I want to get the person who got the highest score or who got the least score. Something. So for a lot of locations, we need to do the comparisons and find out the highest and the least ones. Every time we need to do that. So if I have few values in an array and you have to find out the smallest of this particular array. What is the coding for this now? Yesterday we discussed the logic actually. Assumption was the smallest value was what? 2. We already assumed that the first value itself is the smallest value. But unless we check with other values, I cannot confirm that 2 is the smallest. So once we move to the next index, we find 4. 4 is not smaller. Then we move to the next index. Minus 6 is smaller. So whenever we find a number which is less than the current smallest number, what should we do?
Change to the smallest.
Yes. So initially, if I'm just writing the steps here, first step is assume first value as smallest. Okay. Second step. Now check with other values from index 1 to last index. What should I check? If any other value, the condition here is if other values, any other value, we have to say, is less than the current smallest. What should we do at that time?
Change.
Make that value as min. Otherwise, what should we do? Move to the next index. At the end of the after loop is terminated, display the smallest number. Okay. Can you try the code for it? If I take an array, some values are given. I'm not writing here. Just you can take randomly any values. Okay, any values. Now you have to display the smallest of these given 5 values. So what should we take? What other variables we have to take?
Int
Int,
min.
int min, I,
Int min and I. Okay. What is the first step?
uh,
Min is equal to 4.
assuming,
Min is equal to
well, array of 0.
so because here I didn't mention here 12. Whatever is the array's first value as min. Okay. After that,
For loop,
because we have to go and check in lot of indexes. So for loop
for
with
I equal to 0, I less than
I is equal to
0,
think again. We are searching for the smallest number and assume that this is smallest.
okay.
I have to
One
check
equal,
do we have a smaller number in other indexes or not. So we should start looking at which indexes 1 onwards till
less than or less than 5.
all the locations we have to search. And what should I do if I find a lesser number, smaller number than the current smaller number? Or if
If
other value is less than the current min value. How to write that?
Minimum is equal
if
to
array of
If array of
I greater than array of, sorry, less than array of
less than
0, array of
array.
0,
Okay. Did I save it?
min.
Yeah. Already assumed it as smaller number. So I took another variable for that. I want to save it in a smaller variable, another variable. So what should we do if it is found smaller?
min is equal to
Min equal to array of 5.
That's it, right? Similar way, at the same time, can you find the max also? This will go on continuously till the end. Wherever we find a lesser value, it will be stored in min. Now, same way, can I store min is equal to max is equal to, I can do two assignments at a time. This will be stored here, its value will be stored here. Now, min and max both I have assumed as which number?
12.
Okay, now I'm just making one more number as 70. So now, concept one more separate condition. If some other value is found greater than the current maximum value, for the same the opposite concept. If other value
AR of I
If AR of I max
is
greater than max value,
okay, then after the loop display min at max value. Once your loop is finished, means once comparison is done, we come out of that. We get like this, right? Is this clear? Any confusion in this program? Is this clear? Or any confusion from anyone?
no, ma'am.
Okay. Now I'll take a small test and you'll be getting a score for that. It will be just 5 minutes test. I'll write a pattern, you write the logic, and immediately you are in front of the systems or mobile.
I'm in front of system.
Practice, I think. Okay. You can write it in the paper and send whoever does not have a system right now. Fine? Okay. I'll give two patterns right now. This is one pattern. Okay. Just take each program just 5 minutes, not more than that. Now it is 8:23.
Ma'am, logics means like how, ma'am? Whole
Code.
program should.
Yeah, code only. Code. If you write the for loop code, that is enough. You know how to do that, no? Patterns. If you're good in patterns, you can write whatever we discussed now. And the 3 lines only we have to write. Two for loops and a printing pattern. Yeah.
For first one, print J and J loop for J equal to 0, J less than or equal to J equal to 0, J less than or equal to I, J plus plus. For I equal to 3, I less than or equal to 0, I greater than or equal to 0.
Sorry. Okay.
I greater
Now
or I
show.
minus minus.
Fine. This is done. So I'll delete it. Karthik will try anyhow by that time. So it's correct only. Can you tell me this code? Give a try. Take 2 minutes and try and
A is equal to 0, ma'am. For first, A is equal to 0. Less than or equal to 3. I plus J is equal to A is equal to 0. J is less than or equal to I.
Now when I is 0, let's see the calculation part, how we wrote the code. When I is 0, what are the j values? Is j less than or equal to I? Is it correct? Is it true? Yes. So we'll print this value. Value will be printed. So what is printed on the screen? After that j will increment. What is the next value of j? Now is j less than or equal to I? J
Ma'am,
is
I
1.
also think
I also will not increase. No, we are in here after finishing. It's just like a statement. Unless this completes, I cannot increase I. You missed 2 classes. I'll take a separate session practice for you. Did you go through the recordings? All the recordings?
ma'am, I didn't get the recordings, ma'am. I got the note.
Notes only. Okay. Today I'll forward all the recordings to you because today and tomorrow you have time, no? Sunday. You read that because this is important. These patterns and it will be used everywhere in the programming language. Because now why I was teaching this pattern was for the next topic, sorting. I want to organize the data in an array in increasing order. So for that, we have to sort them, organize them. For that, this concept is required. I will be teaching. So first thing you have to go through the recordings. First you should be like clear about the patterns. Then only we can go to the next topics. Okay, Prathit, if you need, I'll help you taking a separate session also one day if you want after the recordings. Okay.
No, I haven't got any idea of
No
separately.
idea.